Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Pokopia. Yeah, so I've recently been playing Pokopia, and I kind of just wanted to show off what I did. I've beaten the game at this point. Haven't done too much past that. And I just kind of want to show what little progress I've made. I originally tried to record this, and I actually found a Charizard here in this little grass patch. But I, didn't want... the video was kind of unwatchable, so I am trying again. That cave is where you start at the game. This is the first area. Pokopia takes place in Kanto. The four main story areas, and then there's Pallet Town, which is kind of your own custom build wherever you want and has no storm barrier. But this area is based off of Fuchsia. There's one based off of Viridian, one based off of Celadon, and then one based off of Pewter, I'm pretty sure. Because it has the Pewter City Museum. But yeah, I just kind of want to show off what I've built, which, to be fair, it's a little quaint, and also just kind of talk about the game. I like this game. I've played a number of cozy games in my life. Like, I don't know, Minecraft is reasonably cozy, like, building-wise. I played Stardew Valley. The closest game I probably played that was, like, actual city builder was SteamWorld Build, which I like a lot. I've played it through. It's definitely the kind of game I like playing on a train ride. Because you can kind of beat the main game like pretty fast, so it's kind of fun to just do little runs of it. Right here is Charmander trying to get my attention because they've made bricks. This game does have like waiting mechanics where like it might take a certain amount of time to build something, or you give Pokemon materials and they make, like, for example, I give clay to that Charmander, they make into bricks or whatnot. I have mixed feeling of mechanics like that, but I will say in terms of, I find them to be reasonably unobtrusive in this game. I don't feel like this is the game that you should be like, oh, I'm hard grinding to go to the end. I put 25-ish hours in the game when I checked my Switch time, and that was over the course of like 2 weeks. And like, yeah, I could have maybe rushed through and beaten the game faster, but this isn't the game I ever really felt like. It was kind of a game where I liked it because I would get, the end of my workday and I just like want to unwind. And there's a lot of simple ways to do that. One of the things I like about this game is that all the areas kind of like have a lot of structures that like you can build whatever you want. Like in my previous recording, I built this little archway just because I wanted to show that off. But there's also just like a lot in the city that like, or like wherever you go, that like you could just repair this. Like, for example, I could go craft some more of these tiles and I can repair them. And it's kind of nice just to see the city kind of repaired over time as well. Like, so even if you're not someone who's like, oh, I want to build everything, it's just kind of like, I want to make a town that like looks nice or like restore to its proper state. And that's kind of like what you're doing like story-wise in the game. So there's a lot of ludonarrative consonants in that where you're trying to bring back the cities to how they were because you're trying to bring up people. Like, kind of the main plot of this game is that like people have disappeared. Pokemon were gone for a while too, but it seems like they're coming back. And so you're trying to make habitats for Pokemon. And potentially bring back humans. But yeah, like, it's very chill just to, like, place down these tiles, like, kind of make the city slowly look better and better. Crops aren't everything to harvest. One of the nitpicks I do have this game is I really don't like that I have to press Y for every single one of these items. So normally you could press and hold Y and it sucks up everything around you that's on the ground, but for plants specifically, that doesn't work. And I kind of wish it worked like I could at least hold Y and get all of them. But yeah, it's the first area, kind of a tutorial. It's pretty simple. You just kind of just want to build a bunch of habitats around, which, to be fair, is the case for every area. But yeah, one of the things I do really like about this area is each area kind of has a lot of like hidden nooks and crannies. There's less in the first one, but you kind of like start to see them more as you go on. And even then, I would say there's more than you'd expect in the first one. Like, I didn't even realize until I got to the last area that there's a short, like, each area has like a little route gate, like you had in a normal Pokemon. And I didn't realize until the end, until like the last area, there's actually a route gate leading there in the first area. So the first area actually has route gates to every other area in the game, making it a kind of little hub. I haven't done a lot to beautify this area, but that's the gate I was referring to. There's also, this segues into something, you can build structures in this game that aren't like with blocks. They're just like, you get Pokemon together and they build them. This is one of them. This is a little statue. I was kind of surprised the statue takes until the next day to build. But it also is part of a Pokemon area, like a little, what are they called? Habitat. Can I instantly become it? Ooh. Okay, yeah, I pressed A and then it became a habitat. Okay. But yeah, there's like 100 or so habitats. This is one for Clefable. Apparently there's another one for Clefable, so I didn't need to build this, but I thought this statue would look nice in here. Like, it's kind of just like a lot of little, hey, I think this would look nice here, and then you just kind of build it, and it's really chill. Which I like a lot, because I don't know, I find I've played a lot of more freeform games, and I'm not the most, like, I've kind of slowly started to change, like, I used to always think, like, oh, you have to build these, like, amazing structures, but really what I've started to learn is, like, what I like doing in games that are, like, build-focused is just kind of, like, adding a little bit to the environment, like, thinking, like, hey, that looks cool, let me build that. Like, for example, this pawn here wasn't originally a pawn, it was just empty, and I'm just like, this seems like water could go here, let me put some water here, you know? Simple things like that that, like, make the environment look nicer. And this game is very well suited to that, because you can just, like, chip away and make things nicer over time, like, but, oh, this will be a pink hut, I see. Could get that started, although I want to keep walking around. There are, like, little daily mechanics in this game as well. They're pretty unnecessary. The only one that's kind of, like, you kind of need to stuff at a certain point is, there's Dream Islands, which basically allow you to get a renewable source of, like, different various resources, like the ores or stuff, so you don't ever run out, which is reasonable. But you can only go to one a day, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish that wasn't the case. But it is what it is. Yeah. The vending machines give out little jugs of liquids. Those liquids you can then drink, and then that's how you kind of spread around stuff. The Moo Milk coffee, I believe, is mud. The fresh water is water. Chili sauce is lava, and then soda pop is seawater. And there's certain environment habitats that only work near water. For example, like hydrated tall grass. If I put near here, like there's a couple here. I don't think I have any more hydrated tall grass. Yeah, like you'll often just find like little stuff like this, so you can clear that out, get you resources, and just slowly like clearing away all these little rubble and such makes the environment look nicer. Like there used to be like a whole bunch of stuff blocking this road, and then I just broke it away, and it's like it's kind of nice. Also, in terms of finding stuff for habitats, you'll occasionally find these little traces of a Pokemon to find a habitat for them. So, for example, if I make a gently lit bed, which would be pretty easy, actually, I just need a table and a candle on it. I could get a Noctowl. I don't know how many Pokemon are in this game. I think I have around 150 of them. And they're from all gens, so even if you're like 144. So even if you're like, oh no, it's Kanto, there's lots of Pokemon from other gens. Like, I was kind of worried, but it's Kanto, because I don't know if this is all of them. I think this might just be the ones I know about. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure if it's just caps out here. Also, yeah, there's legendary Pokemon in this game. Well, actually, this is a mythical, but we can ignore that. Yeah, because I'm almost certain there's more fossil Pokemon than just this one. And the fossil Pokemon are cool because you can actually find the fossils in little dig spots, and then you put them on like a little pedestal, and then the fossil Pokemon shows up. Anyways, onto the second area, which is Viridian City, complete with SS Anne. This area introduces power, electricity. I will say the electrical poles are kind of annoying and unsightly. And I didn't really get a good solution for them. You do get wireless power once you get a Porygon. I recently got that, but I haven't gotten around to replacing anything. But yeah, it's kind of nice because you just like get a bunch of little habitats. You could also build houses, or like houses of varying sizes for each of the Pokemon. You could also build a house for yourself. I haven't decorated my house as much. But yeah, right here is a little golem habitat with the mossy rock. And the habitats can get pretty involved, which is why I haven't gotten all the Pokemon. I do plan to do so, and I'll probably do an update video on like what I've built and everything else. And it's kind of hard to put into scope like the amount I've like, cleared out here, because it used to be there's like muck all around that you have to clear with like a water type Pokemon. And like this bridge, for example, isn't like, if you can't tell by the fact that it doesn't connect properly, wasn't originally here, and like all of these bridges were originally in disrepair, and I slowly repaired them across because I'm like, I want to be able to walk everywhere, and I built this bridge here because I found it annoying walking all the way over to this bridge. There are transformations. I haven't mentioned that, but like they like use different moves. There's one I'm missing. I've realized here, and I've beaten the game, so it's probably just like some little quest line or request. Like Pokemon can request things of you. There's also a little stamp card you can do every day. Let me show that. I can show that off. Oh, apparently I didn't finish the stamp card for last week, so I only get a little bit. It just gives you a bit more Poké Dollars, life coins, Mewtwo stamp, sure. And they shop. There's daily shop, like, recipe stuff, so I'm usually grabbing this, although I'm not doing it every day. I think you can find these by, like, digging up in the ground, too, so it's not really locked to any particular thing. I kind of wish there was an easier or more consistent way to get a lot of them. Like, I don't know. I feel a little bit weird about the daily mechanics in the game, but also, on the other hand, I don't feel like they're so obtrusive, because usually you want to play this game in short bursts, so, yeah. This part of the town I haven't really redecorated too much. Each Pokemon gets like a little environment score, and it'll ask you like they get like have different preferences. So, like some like the light, some don't. I'm actually gonna make a little habitat here if I have metal drum. There's another Pokemon that can spawn at this habitat that I want. And I didn't feel like building a furnace somewhere because that's one of the ones that requires Pokemon to build. And that gives you electricity if you just burn stuff in it. It's not the only thing that's powering my town. I have a lot of water or windmills. Oh, apparently there's a quest here. Whatever shall I do? Oh. Aw. Aw, poor Pikachu. Aw. Yeah, sure. So yeah, Pokemon will also ask you, and potentially give you habitat hints, and have little quests for you as well. Picnic set. So this just requires picnic basket, table seat. It's super easy. But yeah, there's also unique Pokemon in this game. So we got Pale Pikachu, named Pikachu. There's a nice Smeargle over there. There's Mosslax, who just chills in this cave over here. Kind of the whole... There's like little... the story structure of this game is... each area... You want to rebuild the Pokemon Center. You want to get Pokemon around, like boosting environment level, which gets better the more Pokemon there are and how happy they are. And then there's like a main little quest line. For example, for this one, it was like, can we wake up this Mosslax here? He's been sleeping, and we want to make sure that they don't starve to death, because who knows how long they've been sleeping there. And then there's also like other little things, like for example, there's a Smeargle who wants you to bring a bunch of stuff to paint and teaches you how to paint objects, which I haven't experimented much with. There's also the SS Anne over here. And there's a whole little subplot with the SS Anne. There's honestly just like a lot of little stuff to explore. Like the areas are surprisingly big, and I like that a lot. Traversing isn't too bad. Like running's a little slow. By the third area, you get access to rollout, which is very fast. Yeah, I haven't done too much here in the SS Anne. I've been meaning... Like, there's lots of stuff that you could, like, go get sidetracked on, so... I have a little happy penny here. Apparently wants to fix stuff, but... You know, I'm not gonna bother you too much. But yeah, there's so much stuff to, like, fix, and, like... You really do feel like you're just, like, repairing stuff, and I like that part of it a lot. And like I said, you can just, like, go hog wild, like, build whatever you want to. It's just not... the way I tend to do stuff much. And also I like haven't sunk in too much time in the game, so like I was just kind of trying to... My main way I approach this game, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna do little things that I want to do, and I'm gonna rebuild the city. And fortunately don't really have much like video of like how it looked before, because it really is like yeah, it looks like there's not a whole lot here, but like before it was like a lot more ruins, so there really does a lot into like repairing and making stuff look better. So yeah, very fun and chill game. I'm gonna just kind of show the rest of my areas off. I think I've said most of the stuff. Faster to roll. Next area is Pewter City, which mostly just ends up being a lot of mountains. Wait, this is Sparkling Skylands. Oh, this is the fourth area. Okay, I can get to Pewter City from here. Close your eyes. No, that's fine if you see this. This area is in the sky. Celadon just kind of apparently... Basically, there were a bunch of natural disasters, and apparently Celadon just started slowly rising out of the ground, which is wild. Arrange tall grass, trees, rocks, and furniture, the right combinations for Pokemon habitats. But yeah, there's 3 different entrances to this area, one for each area. This area introduces sky lifts, which are super fun. You go between all the sky islands. It's also where you get the glide ability. Music's also lovely. Like, this is a very lovely little tune. This area I haven't done too much overhaul. I pretty much just overhauled this main island. The main quest of this one is to repair the Celadon department store, which I put a couple areas around there. Look at Dragonite, just chilling here. Hi there, friend. Lots of flying Pokemon here. But you can make your habitat in any area, or move any Pokemon to any area you want. Cement mixer. Make cement. Oh, there's someone here. Cool. Yeah, we can recruit a Pokemon. So yeah, basically the grass will start shaking or a Pokemon will show up. You just like interact with it and then bam, you get a Pokemon. Some Pokemon come at different nights. Some like might want to... Ooh, Corviknight. Nice. Like might come at day or night, which is interesting. Like that's not like... It's kind of frustrating if you only play at one time of the day. Like I often played after work, but like that's usually... Again, I'm like... I haven't had too much of time, just trouble, like, at least playing through the game, and then, like, I'll probably have to do a little bit more intentional stuff, when I play later and I'm trying to 100%. I've just decided to tour this area, I guess. There's a, like, a little archipelago over there, that I haven't really done much with, and doesn't really part of the story here. But I haven't explored too much, and kind of, that might be on my little to-do list. I mean, I've been over there. I guess I have been over there, but there might be a bit more to it than I've explored, so definitely give it a look. Kind of on my next to-do list. Yeah, this is the Celadon Permamart. I put out a bunch of little stuff here. Yeah, I got a Porygon over here. Got a little music box here. Playing Silph-Co. Over here, this is where they teach you how to build the elevator, and it leads up to a little fighting dojo. So this is, oh, hi there, Kadabra. Yeah, sometimes the Pokemon just show up at a location, and you just talk to them and like, oh. And this is kind of fun, because it's the Sabrina gym versus they have the fighting dojo over here. Kadabra's chilling here, but you had to get an Alakazam as well. And I also got an Abra. Yeah. I have the whole little family here, but then I also have up here, if you go up the elevator. The elevators, like, I like them conceptually, but they're a little clunky, because you have to, like, kind of walk in, there's a fade to black, go up. They're not super fast, but they're fun. This looks really comfy. Ooh, got lots of Pokemon here, apparently. Yeah, but this is the fighting dojo. And sometimes, like, you'll have environments that, like, just kind of are made to set you up for them. Like, for example, these little banners in the back with these little blocks here. These were all already here, but I just had to use strength to shove them around. If I can remember, I think it's Y? No, it's Y plus ZR. Hold on, I can remember. What? I forgot how to use strength. This is embarrassing. Anyways. Yeah. Like, you don't have to go over here at all. It's just where you get the elevator stuff. And that's like, kind of like, there's just lots of little stuff that is a little bit off the beaten path, or like I kind of expected like a lot of city building. I wasn't expecting like, oh, I get rewarded and, you know, get to have a fun little time exploring all these little areas. Like, I think it's just a very lovely game. I dug a little tunnel for no reason. Because you can. And yeah, there's another elevator over here. Get me back up. I think this one was here by default. But I don't remember. I might have placed this one, but I think it was here by default. Yeah. Let's head up. Yeah, I definitely recommend this game. I have turned off of it. Like, I waited to buy this game. Because I've been a little bit turned off of the average quality of Pokemon games. I played Legends EA, and I know a lot of people like that game, but it's just... I want to go back and finish it at some point, but it doesn't reflect the level of polish or, like, quality that I would hope from a game. And Pokopia, I do think. Like, I do think it actually, like... It's well thought out. Like, I want to say the characters are like anything amazing or the story's anything amazing, but I think it's a lovely, cute little game. Like about just like rebuilding, you know, stuff, and like I think it's just very pleasant. I think the music's great. The gameplay, like, and one of the things is like I mentioned before, crafting materials and like smelting stuff and all that stuff. It can be a little bit of an inhibitor sometimes, but a lot of like. So it's usually I found is that there's stuff that takes like an hour, there's stuff that takes like 15 minutes, and there's stuff that will happen the next day. And so usually it's like stuff that takes 15 minutes. It's like, oh, I'll go do some other stuff. Like I'll go make another environment. I'll go rebuild some stuff. Like there's always like little tasks you can do to make the environment nicer. So it's never really felt like too much of an impediment. Is what I will say about it. And then like if something's happening the next day, it's like, oh, that's something to look forward the next day, and I'll go do it then. And I'll go like sit down, I'll go do something else, because like this is very much a kind of, for me, like an unwind my brain kind of game. Like, because I found like if I get off work and I don't like sit down and do something kind of relaxing, I tend to get a bit loopy, which isn't surprising. You know, work and life are stressful, and so having something that's very relaxing and like almost meditative is nice for me. Yeah, let's head back to... one thing I do like is that each of these islands are kind of styled about the area that they connect to. Except I guess the one that connects to Fuchsia. Because like this has all the dark green mountain grass from Peter. I like that. Yeah, I actually found this... I only found this entrance from the Celadon side, which is kind of funny, because I had... Well, let me clarify. I had found this entrance. I just thought it was the original entrance I came to this area from, which led from Fuchsia, the first area. But there was, like... I cleared out a bunch of volcanic ash. Like, this area, like, starts off basically covered in volcanic ash. There's, like, a little minecart you can repair. There's a museum, which I mentioned, that it's like in a little tucked away area that I found originally in a very silly way. But your quest here is to like start a little party, and so you have this chef here. It kind of introduces you to cooking, which gives you enhanced versions of all your abilities. Like rock smash breaks harder stuff, leafage can bring up more grass, water gun spreads over area, can cut harder things. Yeah. We got a lot of smelting over here. This is like the little kitchen. Little door here. These blocks were originally blocking the area, but I used strength to push it around. So like your first thing here was getting the champ to push stuff around. Little gray house here as well. Got a refrigerator in it, which was a reward for completing this area, which is funny. Or getting environment level 5. Like you can check the status of all your Pokemon. Like, are they iffy? Which is nice. Like it's like, okay, but like they're having an awesome time, average. These ones don't have a home, so I should probably go build them one. But and a home could qualify as either a habitat, or you can get little dens here, or you can build a bigger house. You usually like want to build a couple of these dens, put the Pokemon in them, make some more space, and like if a Pokemon has like a dedicated house, their environment level raises faster. But you don't have to build it. Like I like having all the run around, and they'll still roam around outside the house even if you have it. This is my actual house that I could put other Pokemon in, but I haven't. I also haven't put like any decoration here either, really. I put a disco ball, a bed, and a fireplace, which the bare minimum you need for something to be a house is to have 3 bits of furniture. I'll decorate more later. Like I said, I was kind of just trying to beat the game at a certain point. Well, not like... I wasn't rushing to beat it. Probably clear up this volcanic ash too. But like... I was generally, like, goal-oriented, kind of finishing the game, but, like, doing little side stuff where I could, but I wasn't too pressed to make everything look pretty, because it's all a process, right? Like, one of the things I've got in my head, like, when I used to, like, play Minecraft and stuff, I still play Minecraft, but, like, is that I have to, like, build this mega structure and, like, do all this kind of stuff and make something really cool. And the real beauty of it is in the process, you know? Like, you do a little bit each day, like, having, like, a garden, you know? Which now makes me think I should get a garden, although I don't really have a lot of green space that I could make use of living where I live. But, you know, having a potted plant or something. This minecart track starts, not finished. And there's actually even like a little quest that gives you a bunch of the coins for finishing it. But also I just thought it's convenient to have this little minecart. There's lots of lava through this area, which is cool. Like, there's lots of nice little different environments. I didn't show it, but in Viridian, there's a little mud patch, and that's where you can get, that's where I got Paldean Wooper and Clodsire. Here's where Volcarona lives. And yeah, over there you can see the museum. And how I first got there, actually, is you can suck up liquid. And so what I did is I did this to get over here, and I just thought that was funny. But now I can just, like, fly over it. Oh, I need to... You can also go up and spit out lava. I don't really know how the liquid physics work in this game. A lot of lava in me, apparently. You can also just swallow it all. Fortunately, I don't think that turns it into... like the reusable stuff. But you can get it reusable, but the vending machines are random, and I don't like that too much. But you can get fresh water from places. I don't actually remember where I got all my fresh water from, but I bought a bunch because it's used in making soup. Yeah, here's the Pewter City Museum. There's actually originally a ruined bookshelf here, and if you sneak under here, there's little text logs in this game, and one of them is from Team Rocket, or Team R as they're called, about their scheme to get people to basically all the humans, you know, went off into space, I believe. Nice, yeah, I have a shield fossil, so I get shield on here. And Team R was trying to scheme their way into space too, I think. Yeah. And you can find this stuff. Like, I just love there's, like, little stuff everywhere. Cute little details, and, like, I just love that this whole museum here, and that's how you get all the fossil Pokemon, is putting them on little pedestals. There's a nice little planetarium here. I haven't done much here. I haven't really cleared it out all the way. It's clearing one of the problems. So they give you, they have all this volcanic ash here, and they give you rollout here because it helps clear them, right? Because you break stuff with it. The problem is you end up breaking the walls, and that's just, it's kind of annoying. But it is nice that they gave you something here to clear out all this volcanic ash, which I didn't realize that it let you clear it out at first. Oh, reading material. I need like a little newspaper, apparently. Okay. I don't think I have any newspapers on me. Oh, that's another thing. You start out with one inventory like page here. You can buy more as you progress through the game. But inventory management in this game is kind of bad. Like, you can place down chests to put stuff in, and if you put the chest next to a crafting table, it will pull stuff from the chest, which is awesome. I'm glad they knew to do that. Oh. I did not want to pick that up. Put a light switch here, why not? Get out of my inventory. Is this tail part of the Despot's fossil, or is it a different one? It's probably a different one. Yeah, it's a Tundra fossil, so... you can rotate stuff easily. Nice. I just want to place this back here real quick. Efficiency, yeah. I can show off most of the stuff I want to show off. Yeah, like, you place a chest here, but, like, I have so many chests that just have... I don't have anything in that one. Like, random stuff in them. Oh! There's a little side tunnel I haven't explored at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, like, all sorts of little side stuff here. And, oh, it's a nice little crystal cave. Okay. Cool. I actually haven't seen these crystal blocks, I think. Huh. Will you get a live explore with me? And also see me fall into lava. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you just, like, find little breakable walls, and then you just find a little area, and it's just really kind of cool. How much, like, little nooks and crannies. Like, I wasn't expecting that in this game. It's part of why. And, yeah. I'll probably make my way back to the start of this area, and I'll call it there, but... Thanks for enjoying my ramblings here. Leader monthly. Oh! City of Peter... and this will let you... Yeah, you can get different outfits, by finding them here. And you can mix and match. So mine is, I think, the Sabrina outfit, and then I just put the nerd glasses. And Pokemetal fragments, nice. Yeah, and I've lost track of my minecart. That's okay. I can always go roll out. Yeah, you can also see in the bottom right corner there's like a PP system. It exists. You can fill it using food or lepa berries. It's like never really a concern, but it sure is a mechanic that exists. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to show off. Show off what I've built. I'll give an update once I have 100% of the game, and I definitely think this is a game that's worth buying if you like this kind of cozy, kind of build, kind of style game. Even for me, like I said, this isn't necessarily the game I love, but it's like genre that I'm like super in depth on. But I think this game is just nice. Would recommend. Anyways, I hope you all have a nice day. Bye bye.